Alright guys, I am here with an icon. I'll call him an icon because he is. I'm sitting in a taller chair than he is, so let me put myself down. I am here with somebody who really should need no introduction, but yet does. And this gentleman goes by the name of
Natty Wailer.
Natty Wailer.
Yes.
And Natty Wailer is in my office. I think he is clapping. And if you knew who he was, you would know why you should be clapping as well. I had the fortune of meeting him, and I guess you would say you had the fortune of meeting me.
I did for sure.
And I'm just gonna allow him to tell you a little bit about who he is, and then he can just share. We just decided, we were chatting a while ago, and he has such a rich heritage of information that I wanted him to just share his story. So go ahead.
Yeah. After I left school in 1972, I decided that instead of going to college, I would like to learn some instrument. So my favorite instrument was a guitar. And then I decided I need a teacher. And so I went to find a teacher, but this guy was jamming in a place called Franklintown in the ghetto every Friday night and Saturday night. Said, come out and play. So I went to him one Friday night and said, look, I need to learn this instrument. Would you teach me? And this guy's name was Robbie Shakespeare, Sly Robbie Shakespeare. Yeah. And he said to me, look, I'm so busy in studios and da with family. I don't have the time to teach you, but you can meet my teacher. And I think that was excellent. And it's okay. He said, my teacher's coming to my house tomorrow.
Wow.
You could come to my house and wait for him.
Wow.
And then I sat there on the veranda waiting for this teacher to come. And then this teacher showed up eventually. It was family man Aston Barrett. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, this guy was so cool. This guy was so cool that after I talked to him a few minutes, he said, well, we just got a house uptown and we're doing some rehearsals and we have a little studio in the back. You can come and see us. And of course, I was there the next day. And since I've been there the next day, I haven't left.
Wow.
That's how inspiring it was, in that the kind of music and the kind of vibes was like of such where I was going to school during that time and I had problems with combing my hair. When I comb my hair, my old forehead got white. Yeah, dead skins and everything else.
Yeah.
And then I was struggling with my diet. Because I was hearing about Rastas before, but like you don't eat meat, you don't eat salt, and I say, what, is that possible? So when I meet some people who's actually doing that, I'm saying, wow, and so I was there for about 2 weeks before Bob Marley came and joined us. Yeah.
Did you hear what he said? He called the great name, Bob Marley.
Yeah.
And how did that impact your life?
This man well, for me, he appeared like a lion. His face, his dreadlocks, his eyes, there was no fat in his face, his dryness was like, wow. And the first thing he said, when Family Man introduced him to me, or me to him, he said, you good? And I said, well, I was about to say, well, you have to hear me first. He said, no. You must know if you're good. You can't wait for me to come tell you say you're good. Yeah. So that was a big impression right there. So I know.
He's very modest.
So after meeting Bob, he's working on his album, Uprising, I think. And then we dispersed and everything else, and he would come and listen to what we're doing in the little studio in the back. And there's times when you don't know what this guy's thinking. You don't know what this guy's thinking. And original ideas he would pick up here and there. And so I had a song it's a song sung by an American called Work. Working in the city for a living. And so I got a little idea from that song. I was working on my songs, Work. And next thing you know, Bob Marley had a song named Work. I mean, this guy was brilliant in his writing. And eventually he saw, he could see what I could do. And when everybody was all about their business, I was there learning. And as an apprentice, I wait for the opportunity to sit with Bob. This man would sit with his guitar from, say, evening dust, and he would sit sitting there with his guitar till 3 o'clock in the morning, playing original songs. And everybody sits there for a little doze off and wake up back, and Bob is still there playing. But of course, I'm there with the guitar too. Yeah.
So tell the people, because I know, if you guys are watching and you want to hear a part 2 to that discussion, obviously you're gonna have to click like and subscribe and all of that drama. Am I right?
That's right.
Yes, she says I'm right. So, but I wanted you to hear a little bit about the other side of Natty's story. So I want you to tell us how you ended up here at Teshuba Wellness.
Well, I lived in Ireland for a while and was playing music and doing concerts and festivals and all that. And I started feeling chest pains. And I went to the doctor, got x-rayed. They called me back the same day and said, look, we found something in your lung that we need to look at closer.
Wow.
And then they give me a biopsy, and they say it's cancer.
Wow.
And everybody around me was sad and gloomy, and I'm saying, I don't know what to do if I should get this cut out. One guy come to me and said, look, you can try some cannabis oil. And I felt relieved that there's an alternative.
Right.
So I started using the cannabis oil. I used the cannabis oil for a year. And then I went back to the doctor to get the next x-ray. And he said to me, I can't understand. This thing hasn't grown to any other place. And it hasn't grown in a sense. It stays just the same size after a year.
Right.
I said, Doc, I went to Jamaica, set up a big bonfire, and burned some marijuana. And he believed, he said, really? And I said, oh, yeah, let's get it. But it was good to know that it didn't spread. Then, because marijuana is accessible in Jamaica, I think I needed was to step up my dosage. So I decided I'd come to Jamaica and get involved. But what I realized is, they don't do it scientifically here. They just, I can make some more ganja oil, So the THC that was helping, they have a marijuana oil called, the guy who invented this thing really is called Rick Simpson.
Right.
And they call it RSO. Okay. So when I came here, I wasn't getting the RSOs. And so I continued still not paying attention to my health. And then one day for 3 days I had a headache. I'm saying, I never had headaches before. And on the third day I felt that the headache went away. But on its way out, I felt something else happen. A transition. And then my right side got crippled. And so what is this? But I thought it was vertigo to my head was feeling. And my sister said, I think you need to go see the doctor. Then the doctor had some things to do that could put your vertigo back together without surgery or anything like that. And when she done that, she said, no, you need to do a brain scan.
Wow.
Because you need to do a brain scan because that seemed to be more than vertigo. And so said, so done. And I went and got a brain scan, and the scan came back. There were spots showing up in my brain.
Wow.
And but because my family was always saying that I should have had my lung removed. So now it's in the brain. They're halfway there with you, you know. Because they're mad at me saying, you see, it's not killing now. And I'm saying, well, it's too late because I'm not going to let anyone cut my head. So I know about the version therapy from the initial lung stuff.
Right.
So I called somebody in America, Mr. George Lane, and asked him about the protocol, the package that I can use with the carrot juice and the enzymes and all of that.
Yeah.
And he said, you know something? There's a doctor in Jamaica who's certified. I'm saying, what? I said, say it again. Because I like when people say things are repeated. And he said, yeah, actually I have his number, and he gave me a number.
Wow.
So I made a call, and the name of the place, Teshuva.
Right.
It was explained to me that it's a Hebrew word that means back to wellness.
Yeah.
And I'm always into naturals. And so I said, can I have an appointment? And the young lady, Nurse Williams, I think. Yeah, said, well, you can have the Wednesday or something like that. And I said, well, great, I'm coming down on Wednesday. And should I have some things that I need to start doing because I think it was more urgent than that. You know? She said, no, wait until you see the doctor. And then I'm a puzzle about you, doctor. No, you seem so experienced, but yet a young man.
I've had a couple of years.
No. Well, you just go sharing because you seem so wise in this thing, but you're just so young. So I'm trying to balance the thing. I even went as far as asking you, how did you know about version therapy? And you explained to me, well, you were looking for something more than just
chemo
and radiation, and you'd like to help some people, people like me.
Yes.
You know, so I took it that from the fact that you're certified by Gershon. Actually, I saw you on the internet with some other certified doctors.
Right.
So of course you're going to double check.
Yeah.
You know.
So tell us about that first day when you came in, because I think that's what the people going to want to hear about, for sure.
Yes.
Tell me about that, because you had a very powerful experience. Dr. Kelly has to be, that's fine.
Yeah. Thank you. When I got assessed, and I said to you, you and Dr. Kelly, I said, what are my chances? The first thing you said was, you have a good chance. I used to cry.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to cry. I mean, not that I had to, but I couldn't hold back my tear of joy.
Yeah.
And you said to me, the first thing you said to me is, did you pray today? And I said, well, as a metaphysician, or metaphysically looking at life, I don't really class myself as so God, But I get to the reality of the thing, you know. And you were fine with that, and I was happy you were fine with that, because I'm saying, oh my God, I don't pray, so this might not be my doctor.
Oh my, you're good.
But you were good at saying to me, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so with the words that it can be turned around. Because people think of cancer as a death sentence. And I still don't accept it as such. And I still think there's a chance.
Yeah.
So when you come to a place that tells you that there is a chance, I tell you, I cried tears of joy.
And that, if I'm counting right, that was more than 6 weeks ago. It's probably even more than that.
I think it's 10 weeks ago. I think it's 10 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because
when you came here, basically people were saying you don't have much longer.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the funny thing about Mr. Natty here is that he He is already so inclined to eat well and to live a healthy lifestyle that it was easy to work with him, because he pretty much knew what he needed to do already. Vegetarian lifestyle, that kind of thing. He does his coffee enemas every day. Then you do them twice a day now.
Twice a day.
Yeah. And then he was he asked about ozone therapy, which we were happy to do for him. And the thing about Natty as well is you were walking with a little bit of a limp and a little bit of dizziness.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
That's actually before the headache. I was having that vertigo feeling, and I thought it was vertigo.
Yeah.
And then the headache came on. The vertigo was like, the vertigo feeling was like, okay, there's a chance I can get my vertigo straightened out. And when I went to the doctor, and the doctor did something to correct the vertigo, she realized it's more than just a vertigo. You need to get a brain scan.
Yeah. But I noticed, because we did a crown of thorns for you, and I've been noticing that the way how you walk is a lot more steady. And I think you also said to me as well that soon after doing that crown of thorns, the headache subsided quite a bit.
And my coordination came back.
Yeah. Which is important for him because he has to play the guitar.
And it was way out after that time. I could not coordinate my left hand, my right hand, nor my voice with my guitar.
Yeah.
I was answering, oh my God, this couldn't be it. So my faith is strong in that, hey, this is happening to me now, way, I'm going to turn this around. So after the chronoton, and I got back to the family, and they asked me how I'm feeling, and I said, my coordination is back, I'm walking better. And they said, oh, yeah, that's
making up stories.
Yeah, and that's steroids, and that's what steroids does. And so I started thinking about steroids, because I've been hearing about steroids, but the crown of thorn, I don't know if it's steroids or.
Yeah, no, it's actually not. So it's just a German technique that we learned. I think, for the sake of time, what we're gonna do is, I have every faith that Mr. Natty is gonna be back. It's hard to call him Mr. Natty because I know your right name. Natty Wailer is gonna be back. So if you want a part 2 of this discussion, just click, I think it's like, subscribe, ding the bell and all of that stuff. And also share this discussion with a friend, because I really want people to see more people like Natty Wailer who are going through the journey of cancer, not just at the beginning and at the end, but he's walking through it right now. You can see he's looking pretty good. He's feeling pretty good despite having a tumor in his brain and several in the lungs. So, and his story is just too special for us to leave this out. So I wanted you to have the chance to listen to his story, and I'm going to invite you back, sir. I believe you're going to be here.
As a matter of fact, I usually don't go without my hat.
Yeah.
And it was the love of life that I'm able to sit here with you and go with my hat.
That's true, man. How we go? See there?
Give thanks.
Give thanks.
No, I mean, you're in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable because my mother died of cancer. My father died of cancer.
Wow.
I had a little niece who had cancer in her chest.
Wow.
She was only 30.
Wow.
So it seemed to be something that runs in the family. Yeah. And so to find you now in this dispensation of time, 50 years ago that was unheard of. And now you're here doing this.
Yes, sir.
It was like, let me see the progress.
So we're doing some work,
Yeah.
and when he comes back again, we're gonna show you the progress. But I really had to take this interview because I wanted you to hear this story, not just the story about the reggae music, which is a great one, but also the life story. And I want to encourage you to write a book as well.
Oh, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Blessings, boss.
Blessings. Thank you.